Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review, and we are going to be looking at a action figure that he is so cool. I remember why I passed him up, and I'll talk about that a little bit more and as I get further into the review with the childhood memories. But we're going to be looking at the 1992 G.I. Joe. Hold on, my Mickey's trying to eat. Sorry about that. My cat was trying to eat my alien chest buster. I'll eat him. He had it by its tail. It looked kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, you better go run and hide. He's like, took my toy away. So this guy came out in 1992. I think either at the latter part of my junior year or going into my senior year of high school. So that's part of the reason why I passed him up. I was still really interested in toys. I was buying them occasionally, but by this time I was driving. I had a car. It was a 1976 Mercury Zephyr station wagon, canary yellow with red interior. The headliner was falling out of the back, so I had to staple that up. The front and the shocks were just non-existent because every time I hit a bump it go so it looked kind of like a low rider. So I'd tap the brakes and make the front end go up and down, and people, yeah, you know. But they didn't know that the shocks were bad. But anyway, so I was, saving money for gas, insurance, stuff like that, and toys. You guys remember when you're at that age. A lot of us, I should say, had got rid of our toys way before high school and started doing other things. Well, I've outgrown my toys, so I give them away. But I never did. I never outgrew them, and never did give them away. I did give, at that age, I should say, but I did give all of my Masters of the Universe to my kid brother's son, Benjamin. So hi, Benny, if you're watching. So they have those, and my daughter Emily has my Star Wars toys. So I just held on to G.I. Joe, and I'm glad I did. I really am. There were a few times where I almost sold them as an adult. It's like, really, I'm into Star Wars, G.I. Joe, but I'm glad I didn't. I had actually walked into a store with them in a box, all loose, and that's what saved me. The guy looked at him, he said, no, he said, Joe's really aren't selling, man, and these are all loose, and it's going to take us forever to put them together with their accessories. And I had all the accessories in a jar, or a can, I should say. And he said, no, he said, I'm going to pass. And thankfully he did. So little did I know about YouTube wasn't even around at that time. So anyway, he was released in 1992 as part of the 11th series of the Talking Battle Commander line. And they have a little backpack that makes sounds. This one has made 3 sounds. It says attack, wipe out, and destroy. And the other one was like a machine gun sound. He was only on the pegs for a year, because we know back in the 90s, they only ran things for a year. I think that started in 1991. And so, this guy, he's not rare by any means, but finding him complete is getting to be harder because more people are collecting. And so that, of course, is driving up the prices on the accessories. And I'll get to that in Byrons Gripes. So yes, I'm bringing that back. For a while there, I was neglecting it, and I do apologize for it. So his original retail price was $5.99. So that was part of the reason why I passed him up. I just did not want to spend $6 on this guy. I was working at the mall, as most teenagers do, you know, making $3.25 an hour, and you know, I'd pull in $60, $120 every month. So every penny really counted. So that's part of the reason why I didn't buy him. And it's not that I didn't like him. I thought he was very cool. The backpack gimmick kind of set. I remember the backpack gimmick. I was like, this is just cheapening G.I. Joe. But you know, we were making all the sounds ourselves, and that was the fun of it when we would play. But now you have the technology, and it's making all these weird sounds with these backpacks, and I just did not like it. And the fact that the backpack was stuck to the action figure, and you actually had to unscrew it to get the backpack off. This one is complete, even with the screws. The person I bought it from a few years ago gave me a pretty good deal. I just shot him a message on eBay saying, hey, listen, man, I have multiples of this Joe that are complete. And you know, he was selling this Overkill for like $60. And so I said, do you have these? Asked him, do you have these? And he replied, no. He said, I'll buy them. I said, how about we could do a trade? I'll give you the cash value of these action figures. And I said cash value, and if you knock down the price of your Overkill. So it was kind of like store credit in a way. And he agreed, so I got this complete Overkill. I just never put new batteries in the backpack. They're the little round watch batteries. So let me pull up some pictures of his card back, and we'll take a look at him. But for those of you who do not know, he was designed to be the Cobra B.A.T leader. And I could see why. You know, he's a human, an android. There were 7 versions of him. Some of the versions, well, most of them I should say, have a human head. But version 3, actually, they used the mold from version 1. So when version 3 came out, he was O-ring, made from the same good standard plastic that they were using. And so I'll show you version 3. He's not complete though, so that's why I'm just going to show him to you. We're not going to review it until I can complete him someday. So let me pull up those pictures for you of the card back, and you know, let's take a look at it. It's pretty cool, actually. All right, so looking at that card back, it's pretty cool. The card art, of course, had changed at that time. They were using different artists, but it was still really neat. If I were a young child in the 90s, that would have been a card I would have sat there and studied at, like we all did with any action figure card back or box. We just admired the pictures, and you know, it would bring special feelings to me, like, oh man, this looks so cool on this box. You know, they have them set up in dioramas, making it look really pretty, and they, you know, you get them home and like, ooh, it doesn't look that great. But you know, that is just a part of the fun. Are the card backs. But a problem with the card backs in the 90s, they started putting the instructions on the colored background where the action figure sat, right under the bubble. So you had to be very careful opening these so you didn't destroy the instructions on how to work or put parts of this together. But kids were smart, you know, they figure this stuff out without, you know, looking at the instructions, or they had a friend that had one, so they already knew how to put them together. And you know how kids are when, you know, when they get a brand new toy, I mean, just, you know, destroy the card back. But I was one of those kids that was very careful about opening it because I didn't want to destroy the picture, because I hung them up on my wall. And before I get any more into the bat, so I want to give a quick shout out to my brother Eric. Hello, Eric. Miss you a lot, buddy. You know, he moved out of state a while back, and you know, I just get to you know, talk to him over the phone or texting. He's an artist, by the way. He's getting to be recognized. He draws cars, trains. Ratfink is one of his favorite car brands, and you know, I think Ratfink was pretty cool. I recall a lot of Ratfink toys that came out during this time of year too, or during the 90s. So anyway, as I'm talking, I'm taking out the backpack or the parachute pack mail away. Remember when I did this review, I didn't have 2 of the accessories that came with it. The helmet that came with it was not the correct one. It was an accessory battle pack. But here is the helmet. It is actually pretty correct for a jump helmet during that time. I don't know if you could see it, but it has holes in the ear. There you go. You can see it right back here. It has ear holes in it. And it came with a mask from Ripcord. So I got this Ripcord incomplete because I want to put him with the access for this pack, for the parachute pack. So there we go. I just wanted to show you the accessories because it was not complete. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get back into this review. So anyway, he made his debut appearance in the Deke animated series. I can't remember if he was in the comic books. I couldn't find anything on Yojo about him, yojo.com. So anyway, I'm just doing way too stroke. Hold on, stuttering. Okay, let's just get into the review. What a cool action figure this is. All right, so here is version 1, the Talking Battle Commander, and version 3. I think he came out in 1997. Okay, I'm sorry, it wasn't 1997. I don't know why that popped into my mind. This was 2003. You could just see that he just has his hand. They did different plastic on him. You can see this is starting to yellow a little bit, but same sculpt, same mold, splashed a different paint app on him, which is pretty nice, you know. So you get another one where you could build this could be like second in command, or build another platoon of, you know, of bats. I think his head was used for vapor, for the Cobra Condor. So let's look at version 1 here. As you can see, version, at least on my example, his hand it falls off really easy. It is your standard hand that came with the B.A.T version 1, so you could interchange those if you want. It slotted right on to this nub. This would be a prosthetic in my opinion. I do have the original battle stand. This was 100% complete from, it even says 1992 on it. This was the guy's actual toy from when he was a kid. So looking at him, they added another really cool play feature, and this is on version 3 as well. His chest piece removes, and this gun drops down out of his stomach. That is really, really cool. The chest piece, yeah, just go stay on the floor for a little bit. The chest piece right here is made out of a translucent plastic. It does have some detail on it. I would be careful with this. It's pretty sturdy plastic, but it, like everything else, it's going to degrade over the years, and it may eventually break. So this 3-pronged piece just fits right over, right into the slot there, snaps on, and Bob's your uncle. So anyway, getting to look at this figure some more, you can see his face is made of a gold cast plastic. So you might have GPS with this gold plastic syndrome where it would break. Very robotic looking face. Each eye, this eye looks like it might be a sighting, for a sight, in his voice slot. He does have a standard painted red hand on this side, gold arm. Down here on his legs, he has gold armor and with some red paint apps. He has lime green wiring going down both legs. Pretty cool. Nice looking waist piece. They didn't go nutso with the bright colors on this guy. Waist piece just has that little red slot there on his crotch. And you can see here on the back that this is where the backpack would attach. So you have to take the backpack apart to undo the screws. But the problem with these Talking Battle Command backpacks is it was too top heavy. So if you wanted to stand your action figure up, you had to lean him forward to counterbalance the weight so he wouldn't fall over. He's a very good looking action figure. I like this guy a lot. I was looking at his backpack. You could see the buttons that don't work. The sound, I should say, don't work. The buttons press just fine. Look at all that detail that they sculpted onto this. They really took some good care in this. Something interesting to point out, this knob right here, you could carry, slot an additional accessory on there. This is his battle claw. You can see it has a machine gun up at the top, and it has this insect-like claw. I really like this idea. You can see as it's slotted on his back that the machine gun is pointed down a little bit, but you could pretend, of course, that he could move it with his cybernetic connection and move the machine gun around. So that is really nice. That's why I do these reviews not 100% why, because I learn from these. Just by doing this review, I learned about that slot on the backpack. I just thought it was just a part of the mold, and then I started doing research on it, and boom, look at that. You know, it's functional. His other accessory is this very futuristic looking weapon. It's a two-hand holding, or hold it with his two hands, but with this hand falling off, you could see that the original owner did not use that hand to hold it. The thumbs here are stretched out, so this is how he would have him hold it. But that stretched over time, and the chest piece is falling off here. We'll get that back on. Yeah, all right. So anyway, that is those are his weapons and accessories. This is pretty futuristic. It almost looks like Airtight's air sniffer. So this could have very well have been used with the Eco Warriors, but I don't think they did. I didn't read anything about it. If you guys know anything different, let me know down in the description or down in the comment section. Very cool accessory. I love the fact that the claw fits right onto the backpack. Has this really cool machine gun. He has a hidden machine gun in his chest. And version 2 or 3 also has that same feature. Has that hidden machine gun. So there you have it, guys. The Cobra Bat Leader Overkill version 1 and 2. I do remember playing the G.I. Joe video game, and with the Super Nintendo, I think, and I could never get past Overkill. Never. So that was the level I always got stuck on. I was never really all that good with video games, and the first time I beat Super Mario Brothers was an incredible day for me. And then I beat Mike Tyson's Punch Out, but that's a story maybe for another day. So there you have it. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this guy. I think he is pretty cool. Did you have him as a kid? Do you have him? Do you have any version of Overkill? I'd like to know your stories about him. I love hearing stories about other people's adventures with G.I. Joe. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk, just briefly about my childhood memories with him. I saw him at Walmart. During that time, this specific Walmart, as you go in the main door, the toy aisle, they moved it. It used to be on the left-hand side of the store, then they moved it to the right-hand side, but it was still at the left-hand side of the store. And you would go down and hit it just right off the clothing aisle. During this time in the 90s, remember, the country music was just really becoming popular. People were going to all these country western bars where honky tonks, line dancing, Garth Brooks, Billy Ray Cyrus, all those great country singers. So one section of Walmart was nothing but cowboy attire. And what I thought was funny was the year prior to that really becoming a fad was there were kids that were at school wearing heavy metal t-shirts, had the long hair, and or wearing your skater attire. And when cowboys or country western stuff became popular, I'm surprised it wasn't even more popular, still popular in Arizona, because we are still, a very west cowboy type area. I'm surprised it wasn't even more prominent, but you'll see more of that as you go up north with your cattle ranches and horse ranches and whatnot. You'll see real cowboys. But we called the kids Walmart cowboys that were a skater or a stoner. The guys with the rock bands, they refer to themselves as stoners. The next year, they were wearing cowboy attire, and some were walking around with these really huge belt buckles and claiming that they won them in a rodeo. And I was like, really? Didn't know you owned a horse. And there were some kids actually in school that did own horses. The part of Mesa that I had lived in was still kind of rural, and there were a few pieces of property that were pretty big. I remember somebody owning like 4 or 5 horses and had some donkeys. But most of those kids, I think it was just kids being kids, so we called them Walmart cowboys. But anyway, when I saw Overkill, I thought he was awesome, but it was the backpack that was like, oh man, that kind of cheapened it for me. It's like, the sound effects sounded stupid to me. Here I was 17, 18 years old, and I passed him up, but I bought Wetsuit. Well, the price point also was kind of a set off, but I bought Wetsuit that year because I didn't have Wetsuit. He is one of my favorite characters from 80. Well, everything from 86 was my favorite. So I didn't have Wetsuit, so when I saw Wetsuit version 2, I gotta get him. So I bought him instead of Overkill, and I got General Flag that year as well, Flag version 1. So here we go. Let's get into my favorite segment. Yes, it is back. Byrons Gripes. So for you who are just tuning in, have never watched my program before, or have missed Byrons Gripes, I do this just for the entertainment factor. I don't do it to pick on eBay or the sellers. That's not what I do. I'm not a bully. I detest bullies. I'm even still having to deal with bullies at work. Okay, I think it's ridiculous that adults bully each other. You'd think you would outgrow that, but apparently not. So, just lost my train of thought. But yes, so I use eBay just for the mere conveniences. There are several other sites out there where you can buy G.I. Joes from. You can buy them on yojo.com. I think 3D Joe's has a section where you could buy G.I. Joes. But please support your local vintage toy stores. That money stays in the state. The tax dollars stay in the state. You're helping out a small business, so please go there first, and you'll probably get a better deal. To be honest with you, because the prices that I'm seeing at these toy stores are cheaper than what you find on eBay. Although I did find one toy store in Phoenix that my friend Bjorn Jakob asked me to check out for him. He lives in Norway, so he found it online. So I went down there, and it was in a very bad part of town, right in the middle of Phoenix. But anyway, I went into that store, and that guy, the prices were just outrageous. So I just looked around, took some pictures, sent them to Bjorn over Twitter, and say, wow, that, yeah, oh yeah, the prices look, let's pass. So anyway, let's get into it. So if you're looking for this guy, there are several of them that are incomplete. The price range goes from anywhere from $12 to $24.99. You're missing a few accessories. With the price of the accessories, it would be cheaper to what I call build on a budget. You buy the action figure with most accessories, and then buy the regular the accessories you're missing. But watch shipping, because people are gouging on shipping still. So his hand and is going for $14.95 to $23. The hand is usually the most expensive accessory to buy for the bats, because that's the smallest one. It was the one people utilized the most. That at least for my play time and from talking to other people, it was the hand that they used the most. So that was the smallest one to lose. So that, of course, the prices are going to be really expensive. But $23 just for that tiny hand. I mean, come on, guys, cut us a break. I know you have to make money, but there are people out there that are your 9-to-5 knuckle busters with a mortgage, and trying to keep their family going, and wanting to introduce these cool toys to their families, to their children, or to bring back their own childhood memories. And these prices are just nuts, and it makes it hard for your average everyday guy to shop for these and to buy them online. I mean, it does upset me. That's why I do Byrons Gripes. His rifle, it is two. I only found 3 of them. 4. One was for $2. One was for $1.87. One was $2.95, and the other was $3. Fantastic prices on those. I'll put those at deal of the day. Again, that was for his rifle, done in this red plastic. So if it's not red, it's not this guy. So great deal on that. So that's perfect for build on a budget. His backpack, just by itself, $7.95. If depends on if it works or not, but still, that's a pretty good price. I would snatch that up. Here is one. This is absolutely no accessories. None. What I would call bare bones. Just the action figure, missing the hand even. The guy wants $24.99 for it, but he does have an or better offer, and I've noticed that people are starting to be a little more generous with the or better offers. For a while there, they would not go down very far, $1 or 50 cents, and it's like, why? You just might as well pay. That's why they do it. Just might as well pay the extra dollar. His hand, I only saw one hand, $8. I'm going to put that up at deal of the day. So snatch that up, man. There's only one out there, but be patient. Patience is the key with these things. There's hundreds and thousands of these, I'm sure, are still out there. Just be patient and you'll get it. His waist piece, complete, unbroken, $7. Complete, $49.99. That comes with the stand, working backpack. That is I mean, I'm going to put that mid-range deal of the day, giving current market prices. That's not bad, but personally, I cannot justify dropping $50 on one toy. I mean, that's a tank of gas with today's gas prices. But don't get me started on that. You want to hear gripes? Yeah, that's tight. Mint and pack. Okay, $80, and I was about ready to say, yes, deal of the day all day long on this one, $80. If I would have been shopping for it, I would have hit purchase. Then I looked at the small print with the shipping. He wants $35 in shipping from within the United States. It does not cost $35 to ship this action figure. No matter how big the box is, it's going to be anywhere from $4.95 to $7. Yeah, the box takes up a little more room, but they're not flying it in an airplane. And if you were flying it to another country, yeah, the box size does count. But the weight on this, come on, you could just put them in a small box and $4.95. So he wants $35. So why don't you just mark it up to what you want and sell it with a decent shipping price? I don't get it. So be careful with that. I've fallen victim to price gouging on shipping. I have. Because I just got too excited, hit it, and then it all of a sudden says you are committed to pay. And when it says you're committed to pay and you back out of it, that seller has a right to file a complaint against you on eBay. And of course that'll drop your rating down, and everybody wants a 100% rating, so people could see that you're trusted. So anyway, yeah, watch on shipping for that. His full card back and very good condition, $20. So I wouldn't pay $20 for it, but it is a very cool card back, and it does make very good wall art. I have to say that. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I really appreciate all of you. I'm sorry I got verbose with this. I just get so nostalgic when I do these reviews. I enjoy telling stories. I'll make it a video journal, really. So anyway, you guys take care. Stay safe out there. Remember, be kind to everybody. You never know what kind of day somebody is having. And be kind to your animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. Yeah, so that's it, guys. We'll see you next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. And hey, if you're interested in horror toys, check out Monster Monday. My buddy Count Vampire is a doppelganger. Damphir pirate or vampire, so he's half human, and he's my doppelganger. He could copy anybody's appearance. That's a pretty cool power he has. But if you love monster toys, anything horror, he'll talk about it. He'll even talk about Scooby-Doo, because it's some, it has monsters in it. Anything monster he'll cover, man. If he has it, he'll review it. You can see he's kind of taking over the walls back here with G.I. Joe. So I have some of my Joes up here. So anyway, you guys take care. You stay safe. We'll see you next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. Until then, bye-bye. Bye. Hey, what, you want to talk about the gun again? The backpack, how cool that is? Yeah, we can talk about that some more. But no, we'll see ya.